Hey there, True here, and today is day 1000 in my Evertale career, and I thought I'd take the chance to give a bit of an insight into my daily routine and what my account looks like after 1000 days of Evertale. There we go. Very generous of Sixer Games to give 1000 soul stones for that for that milestone. And yeah, the next one should come in 50 days, so something to look forward to, definitely. We'll also take these rewards as usually. The Halloween login bonus currently on. And here we go. We have a new character that came out today, Sun Wukong. I'll still have to look into her, possibly gonna pull for her, although the AI doesn't seem to be too promising, but that's not the important part of this video. Let's get going. First off, I'll go into the Tower of Trials, quickly do all the explorations, tap the loot before it gets full. I fast forward. Usually, I don't know, I somehow got used to spending these 5 soul stones for the fast forward, and then we can also use these. For some reason I also always only do 4 and just leave 1 in case I really need a resource boost. Then quickly try to challenge the boss. That is usually a defeat, obviously, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it. The loot doesn't really increase thanks to it, so I'm not really focusing on the Tower of Trials too much, and just wait for my arena team to clear it at some point. Then I'll do the alliance check-in, which reminds me that I'll collect the soul stones. Then go to the summon tab. I can grab some summon chest rewards here for these characters. Okay, they also put out Jean and Dark Almina, I see. Do the free summons. I also have a lot of friend points at this point. I'm very glad that they introduced the 100,000 friend point summon, but I haven't really made use of it yet because I'm not in the need for these resources at this point. It's kind of my backup plan when I run out of resources. Then let's go to Battalion Warfare. So this is one point where you kind of have a disadvantage as an F2P, kind of having to do all these alliance quests one by one, but I usually only do one of them every day, which is enough to boost the alliance rewards that are given out, the soulstone giveaways. And yeah, the rewards for doing all these alliance quests seem a bit limited, and so I kind of got used to just doing one of these because I can't really be bothered to go through all 20 of them. And then another important part, obviously, use the mana up, go down to close to 0, sometimes using some of the mana potions as well. Important, of course, to have all the mercenaries set and using the auto mercenary, which is really nice. I mean, the sweep function in general really improved my Evertale playing experience, I have to say, compared to earlier, especially in the 1.0 version, where you had to grind all these levels, and even though they were very easy to beat for your team, even on auto, you had to wait 5 minutes or something for each round and just let the game play. Then we're gonna tweet out our daily tweet. This is on an account that I don't even really use, but you know, the kind of daily soulstone rewards from it really tend to add up over time, so I'm definitely taking that with me as a free-to-play. And yeah, that also brings me to the next part. Here we go through the inbox. Usually just tap claim all, this time 1228 soul stones, which is nice because of that generous reward for 1000 days of playing. And then usually going to these daily tasks, which at this point, if I haven't forgotten anything, should already allow me to reach the 130. This is also a nice part of doing this kind of Twitter share, because that is also a task. It makes it easier for me to already be able to claim all these things without having to fight in the arena 5 times, which is usually something you want to do as late as possible, although I can't really do it that late because unfortunately for me the arena closes at 4 a.m. due to time zone difference. Yeah, then going through the last parts, the mission pass, also filled that one out. As I said, I'm free to play and not really deeply knowledgeable about the best spending patterns, but from what I've heard, the mission pass is probably one of the most lucrative ways to get the most bang for your buck. But yeah, now we collected everything. This is pretty much my daily routine, except obviously going into the battalion warfare. At some point for me it's 6 p.m. The War of the Realms and the Alliance War opens, and I can place some first defenders, later on checking again where I actually should put the majority of my units, but you know, usually try to at least put one frog platoon down, so I'm guaranteed the rewards even if there's no big battle happening. And of course, later on in the day, usually going to the arena. Something that isn't quite nice about the arena closing at 4 a.m. is that usually I can't hold the positions or kind of snipe into the great positions. Yeah, that's that's just a disadvantage, but it's not too bad. The rewards aren't that massively different. I mean, yesterday when I went to sleep, I was, for example, in the EA1 arena on the 10th position, but I got looped back by quite a few attacks. So yeah, now I'm 32, and in the Champions Arena, obviously, it's even more the case where later attacks are more valuable, because then you're not as much in the kind of heat of the top of the arena. But yeah, that's it. Doing these challenges later on, but yeah, should be not very time consuming every day to do these little things. This is my current battalion. I might go into more detail what's the thought behind it in a separate video. And yeah, my strongest character is actually Misha. As some of you may know, the base power of guards is very much inflated, so at the same level of resources put into them, they have a much higher base power. So I actually have a system, basically a little tier system for myself in terms of to which level I put resources into a character. So the highest tier is reserved for absolutely game-changing units, obviously, and the highest tier right now only has, for me personally, Misha in it, which I put to 277 boosts and 77% potential. I'm thinking about upgrading that a bit further, but I'm a bit hesitant. Maybe at some point Sixer will actually release some kind of stealth counter. I mean, Freya is pretty good counter to Misha, who is a pretty good counter to Storm Elmina, who is a pretty good counter to Water Snow White, who is a pretty good counter to Freya. So we have kind of this circle going, but In any case, Misha is still very much dominant, I think. Then on the second tier, I have currently Dark Jean, Water Snow White, and Storm Elmina, who are all at 235 boosts and 70% potential. Kind of this nice little 2 times 35x equals 70%. And then we have the next tier, the third tier, which is fully awakened units still, but you know, maybe some of them going out of fashion, or some might not needing that much of a boost. I mean, Water Column, I might actually level a bit further to the second tier soon. Dark Snow White, on the other hand, is a bit on her way out, I think. Same, unfortunately, for the original Anya and the Dark Reset as well. And yeah, those are all my fully awakened characters at the moment. I may also fully awaken Storm Antares, Light Hibiki, Earth Ray soon. But other than that, yeah, I'm planning on getting Freya, potentially the new Sun character. Light Ludmilla was actually the first unit besides Dark Reset that I upgraded when 2.0 arrived, and I kind of regretted putting so many resources into her initially when I was still kind of low on character coins, but now I'm actually thinking about leveling her to 200, so it's interesting how times change. I wouldn't recommend pulling for her at this point, but I do already have her, so I might do it anyways with the limited units currently at my disposal, and she should still stay relevant because she usually can tank at least 2 or more hits. Similar thing is with Ossia, although her priority is going a bit down. I'm still thinking upgrading her potentially, and even more importantly Mirai, who is a top 10 units in my rankings, so I'm really beginning to consider leveling her up further. Yeah, this is where I stand currently. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. I try to answer all of them, potentially even make a new video about them if they need some more insights. So ask away and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I'll also try to bring out a new database tier list soon. However, this takes several hours, so I'm not sure when I'll get around to it. It is a very tiny time frame where I can actually do it and collect all the data of the 100 top teams. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. For now, True signing off. Have a nice day. Bye bye.